Chapter 2 of Scanners Live in Vain by Cordwainer Smith. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 2. When Martel got there, he found about half the scanners present, 24 or so of them. He lifted the talking finger. Most of the scanners were standing face to face, talking in pairs as they read lips. A few of the old impatient ones were scribbling on their tablets, and then thrusting the tablets into other people's faces. All the faces wore the dull, dead, relaxed look of a Haberman. When Martel entered the room, he knew that most of the others laughed in the deep, isolated privacy of their own minds, each thinking things it would be useless to express in formal words. It had been a long time since a scanner showed up at a meeting cranched. Womack was not there, probably, thought Martel. He was still on the phone calling others. The light of the phone flashed on and off. The bell rang. Martel felt odd when he realized that of all those present he was the only one to hear that loud bell. It made him realize why ordinary people did not like to be around groups of Habermans or scanners. Martel looked around for company. His friend Chang was there, busy explaining to some old and testy scanner that he did not know why Womack had called. Martel looked further and saw Pereziansky. He walked over, threading his way past the others with a dexterity that showed he could feel his feet from the inside, and did not have to watch them. Several of the others stared at him with their dead faces and tried to smile, but they lacked full muscular control, and their faces twisted into horrid masks. Scanners knew better than to show expression on faces which they could no longer govern. Martel added to himself, "I swear I'll never smile again unless I'm cranched." Pereziansky gave him the sign of the talking finger. Looking face to face, he spoke. "You come here cranched?" Pereziansky could not hear his own voice, so the words roared like the words on a broken and screeching phone. Martel was startled, but knew that the inquiry was well meant. No one could be better natured than the burly Pole. Womack called, "Top emergency." "You told him you were cranched?" "Yes." "He still made you come?" "Yes." "Then all this. It is not for space? You could not go up and out? You are like ordinary men?" "That's right." "Then why did he call us?" Some pre-Haberman habit made Pereziansky wave his arms in inquiry. The hand struck the back of the old man behind them. The slap could be heard throughout the room, but only Martel heard it. Instinctively, he scanned Pereziansky and the old scanner. They scanned him back and then asked why. Only then did the old man ask why Martel had scanned him. When Martel explained that he was under the wire, the old man moved swiftly away to pass on the news that there was a cranched scanner present at the tie-in. Even this minor sensation could not keep the attention of most of the scanners from the worry about the top emergency. One young man, who had scanned his first transit just the year before, dramatically interposed himself between Pereziansky and Martel. He dramatically flashed his tablet at them. "Is Vimtk mad?" The older men shook their heads. Martel remembered that it had not been too long that the young man had been Haberman, mitigated the dead solemnity of the denial with a friendly smile. He spoke in a normal voice, saying, "Womack is the senior of scanners. I am sure that he could not go mad. Would he not see it on his boxes first?" Martel had to repeat the question, speaking slowly and mouthing his words before the young scanner could understand the comment. The young man tried to make his face smile and twisted it into a comic mask, but he took up his tablet and scribbled, "You're right." Chang broke away from his friend and came over, his half-Chinese face gleaming in the warm evening. It's strange, thought Martel, that more Chinese don't become scanners. Or not so strange, perhaps, if you think that they never fill their quota of Habermans. Chinese love good living too much. The ones who do scan are all good ones. Chang saw that Martel was cranched, and spoke with voice. "You break precedence. Lucy must be angry to lose you." "She took it well. Chang, that's strange." "What?" "I'm cranched, and I can hear. Your voice sounds all right. How did you learn to talk like an ordinary person?" "I practiced with soundtracks. Funny you noticed it. I think I am the only scanner in or between the Earths who can pass for an ordinary man. Mirrors and soundtracks. I found out how to act." "But you don't—" "No, I don't feel, or taste, or hear, or smell things any more than you do. Talking doesn't do me much good. but I notice that it cheers up the people around me." "It would make a difference in the life of Lucy." Chang nodded sagely. "My father insisted on it. He said, 'You may be proud of being a scanner. I am sorry you are not a man. Conceal your defects.' So I tried. I wanted to tell the old boy about the up and out, and what we did there, but it did not matter. He said airplanes were good enough for Confucius, and they are for me, too. The old humbug. He tries so hard to be a Chinese when he can't even read old Chinese. But he's got wonderful good sense, and for somebody going on 200, he certainly gets around." Martel smiled at the thought. In his airplane? Chang smiled back. This discipline of his facial muscles was amazing. A bystander would not think that Chang was a Haberman, controlling his eyes, cheeks, and lips by cold intellectual control. The expression had the spontaneity of life. Martel felt a flash of envy for Chang when he looked at the dead cold faces of Pereziansky and the others. He knew that he himself looked fine, but why shouldn't he? He was cranched. Turning to Pereziansky, he said, "Did you see what Chang said about his father? The old boy uses an airplane." Pereziansky made motions with his mouth, but the sound meant nothing. He took up his tablet and showed it to Martel and Chang. "Buzz, buzz, ha ha, good old boy." At that moment Martel heard steps out in the corridor. He could not help looking toward the door. Other eyes followed the direction of his glance. Womack came in. The group shuffled to attention in 4 parallel lines. They scanned one another. Numerous hands reached across to adjust the electrochemical controls on chest boxes, which had begun to load up. One scanner held out a broken finger, which his counter-scanner had discovered, and submitted it for treatment and splinting. Womack had taken out his staff of office. The cube at the top flashed red light through the room. The lines reformed, and all scanners gave the sign meaning present and ready. Womack countered with the stance signifying, "I am the senior and take command." Talking fingers rose in the counter gesture, "We concur and commit ourselves." Womack raised his right arm, dropped the wrist as though it were broken, in a queer searching gesture, meaning, "Any men around? Any Habermans not tied? All clear for the scanners." Alone of all those present, the cranched Martel heard the queer rustle of feet as they all turned completely around without leaving position. Looking sharply at one another and flashing their belt lights into the dark corners of the great room. When again they faced Womack, he made a further sign. "All clear. Follow my words." Martel noticed that he alone relaxed. The others could not know the meaning of relaxation with the minds blocked off up there in their skulls, connected only with the eyes, and the rest of the body connected with the mind only by controlling non-sensory nerves and the instrument boxes on their chests. Martel realized that, cranched as he was, he expected to hear Womack's voice. The senior had been talking for some time. No sound escaped his lips. Womack never bothered with sound. "And when the first men to go up and out went to the moon, what did they find?" "Nothing," responded the silent chorus of lips. "Therefore they went further, to Mars and to Venus. The ships went out year by year, but they did not come back until the year 1 of space. Then did a ship come back with the first effect. Scanners, I ask you, what is the first effect?" "No one knows. No one knows." "No one will ever know. Too many are the variables. By what do we know the first effect?" "By the great pain of space," came the chorus. "And by what further sign?" "By the need, oh, the need for death." Womack again. "And who stopped the need for death?" "Henry Haberman conquered the first effect in the year 3 of space." "And scanners, I ask you, what did he do?" "He made the Habermans." "How, O scanners, are Habermans made?" "They are made with the cuts. The brain is cut from the heart, the lungs. The brain is cut from the ears, the nose. The brain is cut from the mouth, the belly. The brain is cut from desire and pain. The brain is cut from the world, save for the eyes, save for the control of the living flesh." "And how, O scanners, is flesh controlled?" "By the boxes set in the flesh, the controls set in the chest, the signs made to rule the living body, the signs by which the body lives." "How does a Haberman live and live?" "The Haberman lives by control of the boxes." Whence come the Habermans? Martel felt in the coming response a great roar of broken voices echoing through the room as the scanners, Habermans themselves, put sound behind their mouthings. Habermans are the scum of mankind! Habermans are the weak, the cruel, the credulous, and the unfit! Habermans are the sentence to more than death! Habermans live in the mind alone! They are killed for space, but they live for space! They master the ships that connect the earths! They live in the great pain, while ordinary men sleep in the cold, cold sleep of the transit. Brothers and scanners, I ask you now, are we Habermans or are we not? We are Habermans in the flesh. We are cut apart, brain and flesh. We are ready to go to the up and out. All of us have gone through the Haberman device. We are Habermans, then? Vomac's eyes flashed and glittered as he asked the ritual question. Again the chorused answer was accompanied by a roar of voices heard only by Martel. Habermans we are, and more, and more! We are the chosen who are Habermans by our own free will. We are the agents of the instrumentality of mankind. What must the others say to us? They must say to us, you are the bravest of the brave, the most skillful of the skilled. All mankind owes most honor to the scanner who unites the earths of mankind. Scanners are the protectors of the Habermans. They are the judges in the up and out. They make men live in the place where men need desperately to die. They are most honored of mankind, and even the chiefs of the instrumentality are delighted to pay them homage. Vomac stood more erect. What is the secret duty of the scanner? To keep secret our law, and to destroy the acquirers thereof. How to destroy? Twice to the overload, back and dead. If Habermans die, what the duty then? The scanners all compressed their lips for answer. Silence was the code. Martel, who, long familiar with the code, was a little bored with the proceedings, noticed that Chang was breathing too heavily. He reached over and adjusted Chang's lung control and received the thanks of Chang's eyes. Vomac observed the interruption and glared at them both. Martel relaxed, trying to imitate the dead cold stillness of the others. It was so hard to do when you were cranched. If others die, what the duty then? Asked Vomac. Scanners together inform the instrumentality. Scanners together accept the punishment. Scanners together settle the case. And if the punishment be severe? Then no ships go. And if scanners not be honored? Then no ships go. And if a scanner goes unpaid? Then no ships go. And if the others and the instrumentality are not in all ways at all times mindful of their proper obligation to the scanners? Then no ships go. And what, O scanners, if no ships go? The earths fall apart. The wild comes back in. The old machines and the beasts return. What is the known duty of a scanner? Not to sleep in the up and out. What is the second duty of a scanner? To keep forgotten the name of fear. What is the third duty of a scanner? To use the wire of Eustace Cranch only with care, only with moderation. Several pair of eyes looked quickly at Martel before the mouthed chorus went on. To cranch only at home, only among friends, only for the purpose of remembering, of relaxing, or of begetting. What is the word of the scanner? Faithful though surrounded by death. What is the motto of the scanner? Awake though surrounded by silence. What is the work of the scanner? Labor even in the heights of the up and out. Loyalty even in the depths of the earths. How do you know a scanner? We know ourselves. We are dead though we live, and we talk with the tablet and the nail. What is this code? This code is the friendly ancient wisdom of scanners, briefly put that we may be mindful and be cheered by our loyalty to one another. At this point the formula should have run, we complete the code as their work or word for the scanners. But Vomac said, and he repeated, Top emergency, top emergency. They gave him the sign, present and ready. He said, with every eye straining to follow his lips, Some of you know the work of Adam Stone? Martel saw lips move, saying, The red asteroid, the other who lives at the edge of space. Adam Stone has gone to the instrumentality, claiming success for his work. He says that he has found how to screen out the pain of space. He says that the up and out can be made safe for ordinary men to work in, to stay awake in. He says that there need be no more scanners. Belt lights flashed on all over the room as scanners sought the right to speak. Womack nodded to one of the older men. "Scanner Smith will speak." Smith stepped slowly up into the light, watching his own feet. He turned so they could see his face. He spoke. "I say this is a lie. I say that Stone is a liar. I say that the instrumentality must not be deceived." He paused. Then, in answer to some question from the audience which most of the others did not see, he said, "I invoke the secret duty of the scanners." Smith raised his right hand for emergency attention. "I say that Stone must die." End of chapter 2.